This was the day I finally felt comfortable with throwing it, and it made it so much easier to land.
And it just happened.
Yeah.
And dude, what is going through your mind at this moment right here?
I have never been that happy in my life.
What's up, guys? Today's guest is a professional tricker known for throwing down some of the world's first. Please welcome to the JAMCast, Mr. Nick Fry.
What's up?
Yo,
thanks for having me, dude.
What's up, brother?
Chilling.
First of all, that's a fly sweatshirt, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really digging that. That's from your clothing line?
It is my clothing brand.
Nice.
You can find it out on inverted.com, Nvrted.
I was going to ask you, so the proper way to pronounce it is invert.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like invert, we took out the I and E.
Pretty smart from a guy that's known for throwing down some insane inverted tricks.
Thank you.
Dude, first of all, thanks for making the drive out here. For those that don't know, Nick is a resident of California, but he lives in Palm Springs. And for those of you that don't know geography, that's about 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate him coming down here, man. So
There's no problem. Seriously, thanks for having me.
you've honestly been someone that I've wanted to have on forever, especially because in the last month, this double back craze around the world has just taken off.
Dude, it's unreal.
And I immediately called you and was like, dude, we got to get you on so that people can talk about you and so that we don't forget about the history before we continue to move forward.
For sure.
Heck yeah, man. So with that being said, I mean, I'm sure it's something that's always up for debate, people with numbers and stuff, but what are you technically considered as far as what people are saying standing double back? Are you considered number 2?
I guess I'm 2.
Technically, people
That
consider
guy,
2.
Matez, I don't know how to say his name, but he did it into that little dirt pile.
Totally.
Like it's a small little gap, but like the grass I did it on was a huge, like not huge, but a pretty big hill. A lot of people were saying it was flat, but I'd say it was like a 4-inch drop from where I started and landed.
Okay.
But I eventually got it on the spring floor, but that was so much harder than grass.
Totally.
But I honestly don't know if to count me as second or third because Matez did it like pretty much at the same level as me, but mine was on a hill.
So I was going to ask you, is that something that, does that ever bug you, how people basically are more obsessed with the number and trying to discredit you as opposed to just congratulating you for like landing something insane?
I mean, I feel like that's something people have always done, just obsess over, oh, he's the first, oh, he's the second. It's just like, let them have that argument, discussion thing, and just do me, you know?
Totally. And when you were going for it, did you have a goal in mind of trying to be one of the first people to do it, or were you just picking out the move and just trying to master that?
Yeah, like I always thought I was capable of standing double back, but I hate double flips. I mean,
as most trickers do. I hate double flips.
They're so scary. It's so much risk, but yeah, I always thought I could do it. So Aaron Cook did it, and I was like, wow, like it's actually possible. And then that guy Matez did it into that pit, and that's what actually made me want to try it, is seeing him do that.
Yes.
So I went out, I was like, I'm gonna fucking do it.
No way. And how long do you think it took from when you first started even grasping that concept to actually landing it? Do you know how long that timeline was?
I would say I started considering it in probably like 2013.
Wow, so a long time ago.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But like I was like, I'm never gonna do that. Like it's stupid. Stand over back. Like, who in their right mind?
Totally. And so over the course of these last 6 years then, what was the progression that got you to this point? Was it just hucking it like into water, hucking into the foam pits? Like what was the progression?
I'd say, a lot of people probably don't know this about me, but when I was younger, I did springboard diving.
Yes.
So I started that in like the 5th grade. I didn't really like that much, the whole competing aspect. I wasn't really about it. I just liked to do flips, but I was really good at it and felt, I had a lot of pressure from family and my coaches, like, oh, you get a full ride scholarship to any school you want. I'm like, I guess so. I guess I should do that. But eventually one day I finally did like quit and just do me. And diving did definitely help with all my flipping speed. And then I did used to love doing double flips on trampoline and would just spam them all day. So without diving and trampoline, I don't think I would have done stand double back.
Dude, and that is what we call a perfect segue. Thank you for leading right into that, man, because I was going to get right into your background of how you were so good at flipping and stuff. So how long did you do competitive diving for and trampoline stuff? Because you didn't do traditional gymnastics. Right?
Okay, so let's
go way back. Yeah.
Let's go back to when I was like 6 years old.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Me and my brother got a hold of like my parents' old like mattresses and like futon, and we would just throw ourselves around. YouTube came out, like backflip tutorials. My brother learned that, and then he would teach me.
Totally.
And like a year or so later, my mom was like, okay, like let's do gymnastics if you guys like this so much. But we did like one 8-week session. wasn't really about it. I didn't like the rings and the bars. I only liked the floor.
You just like the flipping.
Yeah, but my cousin actually was doing springboard diving, and my mom took me to like one of his meets. I was like, oh, like I'll try that.
No way.
And then I was just kind of into it for a while, and then I think 10th grade, I quit, and then or was it 11th? No, 9th grade and 11th grade, I didn't dive in high school.
Okay.
I think I quit mid-season 9th grade and then didn't do it at all 11th grade. But then for my senior year, like I actually dove solely for my mom because she loved watching me compete and everything. So I was like, you know what? It's probably the last time ever, so I'll compete for her.
That's good, son, dude. Props to you. Look at
That's
this guy.
for you, Mom.
A flip pioneer and a gentleman. Look at this. That's awesome, dude. Well, so that's really cool, man. So what was the hardest skill that you got to in diving as far as like level of difficulty? 'Cause that stuff blows my mind, dude.
I'd say for like a twister, I did reverse 1.5 with 2.5 twists.
Okay.
So it's a gainer and a half. And then I would do inward 2.5 also.
No way.
On the 1 meter.
Okay. And it was all springboard, not platform.
All springboard. I was not fond of the 3 meter. I actually ruptured my eardrum, smacking on like the side of my body.
No way.
It was perfect though because then I didn't have to dive for the rest of the summer.
So you're out automatically.
It was crazy because after that smack, I kept diving, and when I would go in the water and come out, I'd be like, super off, and it's because the water was going into my ear and messing up my equilibrium.
Yeah. People don't realize the inner ear affects that a lot. I had a buddy who was a stunt guy who hurt his inner ear, and literally, like, all of a sudden, we'd be sitting at lunch, and he'd start tipping. And we're like, what's wrong? And he eventually, like, had to leave the show because his inner ear was, like, so damaged. So how long did that take you out? A few months over the summer?
Yeah, I'd say just, like, probably for the rest of the summer.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad.
Just the right amount of time to enjoy your summer.
Yes,
and,
yes, perfect. Yeah, I was doing, like, summer camp at the time.
Dang, that's cool. And so at what point do you start getting into, I guess, what we're doing now, which is, like, formal tricking or, like, I guess, backyard tumbling, so to speak?
When did I get into it? I mean, honestly, I feel like I've always been into it ever since I was like 6 or 7 with those mattresses.
Damn, yeah.
But I'd say I started taking it more serious when I was 12.
Okay.
I was doing it more and more every day because before that, I was just a little kid and play video games and do whatever.
Yeah.
But probably 12 years old.
Okay. That's super crazy, man. Yo, Connor, so let's pull up this video right here. Pull up the progression video. The journey to the second one. And one of the coolest things about you landing the double backflip is that you tracked your journey, so to speak, through the course of like videos, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And so this is like a 4-minute long video, which is basically tracking all of the different, I guess, progressions leading up to it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah,
and so
it started at work, and then this is like an hour after I got off work, and I was prepping stand double, yeah. I was prepping stand double back on the trampoline, and then went over to grass, and I had that same stand double back pull from the trampoline.
Damn.
But honestly, if I didn't land on my back like that, I don't think I would have actually thrown stand double back.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so this video that's 4 minutes long, like what course of time is this? Is this like a couple of months? Or
it's a week.
A week? So you felt it.
It was I landed on my back.
This is a week? I didn't know that. Did you know that, Connor? I thought it was months, bro. This is a week.
It's 1 week.
What?
I knew that if I stopped, I wouldn't do it again. Like I had to keep going until I landed it. I 100% knew I wouldn't attack it.
So do you know the number of attempts you did in this week?
It was like 24.
Wow.
Not including the basketball, I'm pretty sure. So it was like from here, it's like 24 or something like that.
Dude, you've got to be kidding me. So for 1 week, you just basically just raged out on this one move.
100%. 100%.
Dude, I'm mind blown right now. I'm so glad you're on here because literally I was under the impression that video was the course of like 6 months leading up to it. And I just thought like, oh, maybe he just wore like the same outfit and stuff. Like, dude,
yeah,
no way.
I went hard. I wanted it.
What was different about that week? Was it that first one where you fell on your back that you thought like, holy crap, I overed it, or like what?
Well,
what
so
inspired you?
that guy Matez, he did that. He posted a video of him like doing it into the dirt thing, and then like putting hands down on flat grass.
I know what you mean.
So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw that video when I was at work.
Okay.
And that's when I started doing the tucks. I was like, if this random guy could do it, I gotta be able to do it because I've never heard of him. Like,
yeah.
So that's what started it all.
No way. Dude, shout out to you, Matez.
Yes, for real. Thank you. Like, you inspired me.
Inspiration comes from all sources.
Yeah.
Man, and so what's crazy is we're starting to see you get closer and closer here. And what's crazy to me is two things. One, are you alone?
Yeah, every day.
Dude, so you have no one to call. If you get hurt, you have no backup system, which is crazy. And two, you have no one to celebrate, even if you do land it.
I mean, I'm used to celebrating by myself. I
Okay.
feel like I tricked a lot by myself.
You have. Over the course of your career, I have noticed that it's pretty much always low tripod shots.
Yep.
And you training alone. And where is this?
This is at my parents' house back in New York.
No way.
Yeah.
So you weren't even home in Palm Springs when this happened. You were out there with them when this happened.
I still live there. I just moved out here like in January.
No way.
Yeah.
Crazy. So what's going through your mind when you get that close and your hands touch?
Why didn't I land it? Why didn't I hold the tuck the tiniest bit longer?
And what's the length of time between these resets? Like, is it like, are you going right away or do you have to catch your breath?
I usually wait like 60 to 90 seconds.
That's still crazy fast, man. What? Dude, that's such an adrenaline dump to happen so fast. Because you got to be going 110% when this happens.
Yeah. The first one's always the scariest. Like, I feel like it's easiest to throw that when my heart is pounding.
Wow.
This was the day I finally felt comfortable with throwing it. And it made it so much easier to land.
And it just happened.
Yeah.
And dude, what is going through your mind at this moment right here?
I've never been that happy in my life, dude. I experienced so many emotions at once. It was unreal. And also, I was just so happy to be done with throwing it, dude.
Dude, that is so crazy, man. I bet that entire week, like now hearing that it was so condensed into that time period, your brain was just obsessed with it that week. You probably like couldn't even sleep without thinking about it.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was crazy.
That's wild, man. And so did anyone know about your chase of doing this, or were you just keeping this to yourself during those 7 days or whatever?
Oh, no. All my followers except for knew because I was like putting up like my best attempts from the day.
Yes.
They all knew it was coming.
That's crazy, man. That's so wild. And what was super wild is that I remember, unfortunately, the timed around you landing that and putting that clip out, your Instagram got hacked.
That is correct. That is correct.
And it was like, I was like, dude, this guy just released one of the most insane clips of all time in history. And what happened?
All right. I'm going to be honest. I got. Not even going to lie.
Did you click something?
Well, like, I got this email. It was
You got one of those emails.
it's a pretty crazy story, though. Like,
Kids, pay attention. Listen up.
It's always the email.
All right, so tell this so that maybe some other people can learn from you.
Yes. Okay, so you know how, like, on your phone or even on your computer, like, they'll have, like, a lock thing for the URL to say it's safe?
Secure,
yeah.
Yes.
So, like, I got this email. I was like, I'll check it out. It said secure. I was like, okay. Like, all right, I'll roll with it. I put my username and password, and then I was like, I should not have done that. I was starting freaking out. So then I'll go to log in with what I just put in. But I was like, oh, like I just sent him the wrong password anyways. It doesn't matter. I think like an hour later, I got like a notification that said like, oh, like someone's trying to change your password.
Oh no.
So the guy happened to figure that the email that he sent me, like that email that he sent it to, it was the password that I used for the Instagram. So he was able to say forgot my password on Instagram and then like change it.
Wow.
So I got that notification. I was like, oh, okay. And so then I'm changing it with my phone number was still in there, trying to erase his email from the account. And then he's doing the same thing, trying to delete my phone number. I swear, we were changing the passwords like 15 times for like an hour.
Trying to beat each other.
Yeah, and then he somehow beat me.
No way.
Somehow.
And so what happened at that point? Did he try to like message you and get money?
Yes, he tried to sell it to me.
For how much?
For $500.
And he would say he'd give you the password back?
Yeah, I was like, even if I do pay this, like, there's no way you're going to give me the account. There's no way.
I feel like you're right. Like, yeah, at that point, they just take your money and then screw you again.
It's actually pretty funny because it's like 2 months ago, he apologized to me.
Wow, because this happened a while ago, right? Yeah, like...
Yeah. He was like, oh, I'm sorry for, like, being in a rough spot and need money. And I was like, it's whatever. And then actually today, like this morning, I had the idea of like, oh, because he hacked my account and then he changed his original username to like something else or like my Nick Fry name.
Yeah.
And then changed he like somehow switched it. So like my Nick Fry account is still like taken, but it was his old account because he just changed the
He
username.
just swapped the names.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, like, because after he said sorry, I was like, yo, can I like get that account
Just
back?
get your name back.
And he was like, oh, well, like now that I know that you want that, like it's in it for me, and like sent winks. So he's like trying to get money again for it. Like, you just said sorry. What? I thought you were cool, dude.
Crooks are
So I was like,
right?
okay, never mind. I don't want it. Like,
Yeah. That's crazy, man. So you just basically rebuilt your own new account up, and the
Yes.
community has been helping
Yes,
try to get you
dude.
back.
I can't believe like all of the support I had after I got hacked. Like,
Yeah.
the day I got hacked, I made the new account. I'm pretty sure I had like 13,000 followers that day. It was unreal. Like,
It's happened to a couple other people recently, like Kalen Chan, I think got hacked
oh
recently.
really? I
yeah.
didn't know that. Okay.
He went down. I think he clicked a link. Yeah, so
It's always the links.
it's always the links, man. Yeah. So,
And you gotta have 2-step verification because I did not.
yes, you got to have the phone verification as well.
It's crucial.
And just so kids out there know, my sister just got hacked a month ago. She had a huge following as well for doing blogs, and there's no support on Instagram.
Oh, I know.
There's
You
no-
don't gotta tell me about
There's
it.
no, so for kids out there listening, there's no human support. If you try to contact someone on Instagram, you're
can't.
just getting bots, and you just get redirected to frequently asked questions. So don't make a mistake, because you're
Yep.
basically screwed.
Be careful out there.
Yeah, I feel like the only way to get it back is if you're a celebrity or have a friend that works for them, because like
Yeah,
it's
pretty much.
impossible at this point. Yeah. Wow.
It's kind of messed up.
So wild, man. That's so wild. And now one of the things to me that's most impressive about the fact that you did double back outside is that you didn't just do it once. You actually chose to chase it again more recently in the last couple months, and then you made the decision to do it inside as well. So in my opinion, you've done it 3 times, right?
Right.
Which is, I think, the most of anyone. So far, we've
No,
just seen...
I think Aaron Cook has like 5.
Does he?
Yeah.
Okay, well then shout out to Aaron. But yeah, I think as far as like indoor, outdoor, you've done it outside, 2 separate occasions.
I might be the only indoor outdoor.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. Which is pretty impressive to me, yeah.
Indoor is definitely harder.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well, just because it was true flat.
Yes.
The other, even the one it was at Mo's house. The second time we did it on grass, that was still probably like a 2-inch decline.
Just slight grade.
Definitely less than the first time.
Pull that one up, Connor. Pull up the second double backflipped one. And so what's going through your mind like when you go for it the second time, because
It was rough.
you've already been through the journey.
Yeah. So like, you know, it's also been almost a year since I threw it, and everyone's telling me to throw it. Like all my
They think,
followers
like-
really want to see it, and like it's just scary, and I don't want to hurt myself, and I also don't want to do it for my followers. I want to do it for myself. So
Yeah.
like that was the battle for this, was like doing it for me, and that was the hardest part.
That's wild because, yeah, like you said, is you want to do it for yourself more than anything, you know, and not just for other people. But people assume that, oh, Nick landed it, it's in his bag of tricks
Yeah,
now.
he can do it again.
It's like,
yeah.
oh, once you land an aerial, you got an aerial forever. It's a little different.
I wish it was like that.
And so how many, what was the timeline on you re-getting it? Was it a week again condensed, or was it like spread out?
So I think this was like, I guess August, I think, in like,
Yeah. Connor, hit some of those attempts of the dub backflip second attempts, because I think you actually, go right there to the list again. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there you go. Like those attempts. I think you actually started posting your attempts to try to show people here.
So I think in like June, I threw it off of like, 6-8 inch mats.
Okay.
Because I started to think about it again, but I kind of stopped. And then back to thinking again in August, thought about it for about a week. And then I was like, I think Mo was like playing Fortnite or something. And I got on. I was like, yo, Mo, I'm going to come over and do stand double back. And he was like, you won't.
No way. That's crazy. So Connor, what is that date there? September 2nd? And then what's the next one? September 11th, and then so September 2nd, September 5th, September 11th, and the day he landed it is on what day?
All right, so these dates are pretty messed up.
Okay, you're just
between the
uploading
grass
them.
in spring floor. I landed on grass first.
Okay.
All those attempts were the same day. I took 4 attempts,
No way.
and then I think like 2 or 3 days later was the spring floor one.
So thank you for clarifying. So you just tried it 4 times outside.
Yeah, and then I was awful and like, one clip at a time, made everyone wait.
Gotta do it, bro. gotta make the people want it, right?
It worked.
And then how many times did it take for inside?
Oh my god, like 13.
Wow.
I did when I did it inside, I did 2 sessions that day. I tried it like 6 times and then went back and did it like another 6-7 times.
Wow.
That was the most clutch I've ever had from a flipping trick.
Really?
Yeah, because I usually because if it's a twisting one, I could like do a reverse or save with a raise or something, but like I couldn't because it was such linear motion and I had to just stumble.
You know what's funny though is like for you to say that, you said that was your craziest save out of a flip. Dude, you have some of the craziest saves in history, dog. And I only say that because I don't mean to jump around and discredit this insane double back, but like, congratulations, you did it 3 times. But dude, all right, we got to talk about your ability to save tricks. Connor, pull up some of these, dog. I know I have some on here. Clutch saves. Click the first one. Dude, I think we featured this one on a Jam Breakdown before.
This one's definitely my best, 100%.
So this one here is a... And so for those of you listening on the audio, explain to people what happened here. So what are you attempting?
I was trying to do a standing triple full.
Just came out of it and end up doing a head cartwheel.
Yeah, I like under rotated, hit my feet, and kind of like bounced to the side and like rolled on my neck and shoulders, and then like got to my one foot and pushed off of it, got to my other leg somehow.
Dog, and the way you came out of it's not even like a cartwheel. It's like a I don't even know what that is. It's like insane. And click the next one, Connor. And for those of you that haven't seen this, definitely try to go over to our YouTube or even look up on his account on Instagram. On May 24th, he released a crazy saves compilation.
It's on IGTV, so I think that might make it easier to find on my Instagram.
Hell yeah, just look for IGTV videos and look up crazy saves. Damn. And so this entire video is just you coming through, landing, and then just doing these clutch maneuvers in order to keep the momentum going.
I just don't want to try again. I just want to land it.
I was just going to ask you, what's the motivation behind it? Is it just, you just want to get it in the bag?
It's not over until you fall. It's not over till you fall.
Now, here's another question. Have you ever sustained an injury from trying to save something like this?
I did once kind of like hyperextend my knee, barely, but I was okay. Like it didn't hurt the next day. It just hurt like right after a little bit.
That is insane, man. Like literally, I don't know of many other people that have compilations of clutch saves because they don't want to go down.
I will say, like, Dan Pitlock was a huge inspiration to learning saves like
Shout
this
out to Dan.
because he had some crazy saves.
100%, dog. Most people, to be honest with you, just do like the aerial save. Where it's like you come out and you just do this pop shant or pop aerial. You do some insane things where it uses your back flexibility, like, and your head. And I don't understand, dude. That used your hand, dude. If you guys are just listening to the audio, you are missing out. Please go over to our YouTube or to his IGTV and check this out because these saves are just astronomically insane, dude.
It's comical.
Absolutely insanity, dog. Like, one of these alone would be enough for someone to post, and you have a compilation that's a few minutes long here. So, shout out to you and your to this. And here's another question I have for you, man. All of your videos, how are they filmed? Are they just on an iPhone? Are they a camera?
iPhone.
Is it a tripod?
I had an iPhone SE. It was pretty bad, but now I upgraded to iPhone 8.
Look at that. That's crazy. And is all your stuff on a tripod? Because usually you alone. So how do you get these shots? You just stand it up?
Yeah, when it's alone, I'll get like a water bottle or like a little table like this.
Sketchy, Nick.
But when I'm with Mo films me.
Yeah. Shout out to Mo Sarna, dog. Yeah, MVP ever since you moved to Palm Springs. But so I have to ask this because we've had other people on here. So for example, Ross Constam, I think 7th triple corker in the world. His first one, the phone fell, or he was out of frame. Have you ever had your phone fail you because you're just alone?
Yeah, I've had like someone call me. So I started putting my phone on airplane mode. now do not disturb because there's that.
Heck yes.
Phone like overheating. That started happening here. That was new to me.
That's new. I've had that happen a few times to me too when you leave in the sun too long.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, in Palm Desert, dude, happens quick.
No way.
Like 10 minutes it'll happen.
So you got to time it and then hide your phone. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude. So along the lines of these the saves and the double backs, the one that we also have to talk about, I guess. And I don't mean to always bring up controversial numbers, but you were one of the first people as well on record to do what's being termed standing triple full.
Right.
Do you know the number that you are recorded at, or do you not care?
Well,
here we go.
I've heard that I think Chris Hurd was the first person to do it, but it
Okay.
wasn't on film.
Wow.
But I mean, it's not on film, so how
Shout
are we
out
supposed
to you
know?
for giving him credit, though.
Well,
That's
yeah,
awesome,
I mean, like,
yeah.
he's insanely talented. I
Totally.
wouldn't doubt that he didn't do it.
Okay.
But it just wasn't on film.
Yeah,
I feel like now in today's age, it's 2019. Like, it's officially like, if it wasn't on film, it didn't happen. Because like, who doesn't have a camera?
Totally.
But
totally.
yeah, Shosai did it before me, and then I did it. But he beat me. Dude, literally, when he landed it, I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. I was done. I was like, this is stupid.
I was just going to ask
this little kid just come out of the freaking...
I was going to ask you how you felt about that, because his just came randomly.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting his. I knew you were in the hunt for it, and I knew you were going to be one of the first to do it, but his surprised us all.
Yeah. I was like, okay, he has it. I'm done. I'm not trying again. I didn't try it. I think I tried it last in like March, and then didn't try it until June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what inspired you to get it again? Just all of a sudden got the drive.
Just feeling it.
Dope.
Just feeling it again.
And so pull that one up, Connor. It's the standing triple here. This one is super crazy. And where is this at now? Because this is after you've moved, right?
Yeah, this is at like the gym me and Mo train at now. He has there's a key to the gym. Thank you. Thank you, boys.
So insane, dog. We gotta watch the loop again.
This was like the complete opposite reaction of stand double back.
Wow. And who was in the gym at this point?
Just me and Mo, and then like the cheer girls were showing up for practice, and I scared the crap out of them.
Do they have any idea what happened behind them, or no?
No, I don't think so.
Dude,
but...
they just heard screaming. They're probably like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, they were concerned.
Damn.
Sure.
That's insane, bro. Insane. And how many attempts did this take that day?
This day it actually took, I think, 3.
Wow, lucky number 3.
Yeah.
So insane, man. And honestly, you know what? I wouldn't have wanted to be Mo in that situation. I would have been so nervous to like miss you or frame your feet out or like miss the floor, you know? And then everyone's like, oh, we didn't see the floor. Like, dude.
Don't worry, we got 2 angles.
Yes.
We set up his phone in the corner.
I was going to say, and I've seen that other angle, man, which was so smart of you guys to do, dude. And that's crazy, man. And how long did it take you to chase that move? Like over the course of a few months for that one, right?
Well, I first threw it in like 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
On flat floor, or was that off a platform as well?
It was on a big hill, but then I threw like a month later on flat floor.
Okay.
Got decently close.
That's crazy.
But like, I would just throw it here and there. It was standing triple full. Like that's even more insane than stand double back.
I was gonna ask you. That was my next question, dog. Is which one is harder mentally and physically?
Now that I've done stand double back more than once, I will say stand triple's harder physically.
Okay.
But stand double back will forever and always be more mentally hard.
So what makes it more difficult? Is it the third spin is incrementally harder than doing 2 spins as opposed to 2 tucks?
It's just so hard to flip in the standing triple.
And I know that that's one of, if I'm not mistaken, I think like one of your comments, even in your own description, is that you're like, some people may argue that more flip could occur, but you don't think it's possible, right? For you.
For me, yeah, there's no way I can do a true standing triple.
With the toes fully over, right?
Yeah, there's no
You needed to cut
way.
the side to start twisting.
It's like I did like standing triple B twist, like off both my legs or something, you know?
Yeah.
Slightly here instead of here.
Dang. So in your opinion, though, mentally the double back's scarier, but the triple full is physically harder.
Yes, definitely.
Wow. That's good to know because I'll never try either. It's good to know. I can tell people.
I don't even want to try standing triple again.
I was going to ask you if you ever think you'll try either of them again.
Probably stand double back.
Wow, that's crazy to hear that you think you'll try that one before the triple.
I want to, I mean, like after everyone's over here stomping it, I want to stomp it too.
Of course.
But
I'm not going to lie, and I don't mean to throw pressure on you, but the reason I was asking about the triple was I've always been curious if you ever considered trying to do it outside.
Oh, damn.
Damn! I just screwed him over. I just screwed Nick over.
I mean, like, I can't say I'm never going to do it.
Exactly.
Currently, right now, I don't plan on it. But then you got Travis over here telling me grass.
I was just curious. And the only reason I'm curious is because to me, it was always so insane that your first double back was outside and then you went inside. So, yeah, it was just something that I always just had to get off my chest and ask you and just get the theory behind it. But
yeah, well, for stand double back, it's so much harder to throw and like it's such a big move and everyone knows it. I didn't want to be at my gym having all eyes on me. Like
that's true. So you think you'd put more pressure because everyone knew like the importance of it.
Yeah, I just wanted to just be me, like no one there, just do my thing.
You're crazy, man, because before you got here, me and Connor, we were reminiscing of some of my like old fart clips. And we were talking about how like both of us still say that like our best sessions were when we were around guys like Anise and Danny and them, because we were just like trying to impress them. Meanwhile, this dude's over here filming with a tripod, trying to do double backflips alone. And it's just such a crazy mentality, man. It really speaks to the strength of your character and your mental toughness. As far as like being able to land things. And so do you always train alone? I know things may be a little different now, but I don't know, walk us through that, because I think one of the biggest things people are going to want to get out of this interview is they're going to want a hack. They're going to want to know, how did Nick get so good at this? So my question to you is like, how long did you train? Do you train every day?
Okay.
And do you train alone, or, you know, so... and you don't have to give away everything, but you know,
I'll give it all.
Let's give the people a little sneak peek though. Yeah, how often do you train, and do you train less now than you did when you were younger and stuff?
Okay, I think I do train less now than I used to.
Okay.
I do feel my body finally starting to get older, and I get tired easier. I actually have to warm up now. That's new.
How old are you?
21.
Wow. All right, keep going.
I'm telling you, it was different when I was 14.
No, I know, it's crazy. It's good for for people and listeners to hear this, so that they realize, like, wow,
yeah,
you're feeling it at 21. So.
Warming up is crucial.
Thank you.
I'll tell you that. But when I was younger, I had never warmed up. I would just go out there. I'd always train for at least like 2 hours. I don't know, it'd be anywhere between like 3 to 5 times a week. My gym was 45 minutes away. I'd try to go there like once a week. It'd be like 2 to 4 times a month. But now, and also back then, it was pretty much always like alone. Always. When I would go to the gym, I had a couple homies out there, but mainly alone. And then now I'm with Mo a lot, so we usually just train together.
Hell yes. And when you were first starting, how many days a week were you training?
When I first started tricking?
When you're first like really into tricking, you know, I feel like everyone, when they first get into it, there's like a certain time where you just level up.
I mean, like I would say like every day, but in New York it rained a lot, so it couldn't be every day. If it could be when I first started, it probably would have been every day.
But that speaks to an important point, which is the majority of your training was outside though.
Yeah, because the gym was just so far away.
Wow. So you've trained mostly outdoors for the majority of your training career.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Do you think that's had any adverse effect on your body as far as what you're feeling now, because you haven't been using like the foam and the pads? Like, did you always just go to grass, so you didn't have 8-inchers and little puzzle mats?
I always just went to grass. I trampoline too. Trampoline, I would like learn something new and take it to grass.
But then straight to grass, no pads.
No pads.
Damn, that's a crazy school of thought and way of learning tricks, man.
There was a point of time where my grass was like so dry and hard. My brother had like wrestling mats to work out with, and I would drag them, like they were so heavy, but I would drag them to the grass because in the sun they would be mushy.
Yes.
And I would train on that for a couple of weeks because the grass was just messed up.
That's really crazy. No, I really have to give you a lot of respect and props, because one of the things that like some of my generation talks about is like, the kids these days are so lucky they have access to all these gyms and YouTubes, and you do have access to the cameras and videos, but you still chose to train outside, raw, no mats, just barefoot. Right?
I always like envied those people who had keys to gyms or just a gym 10 minutes away. Like, I always wanted that. I mean, I do have it now.
I was going to say.
So thank God.
And now you do have that. And so what made you make the decision to move from New York out here to the West Coast to LA? Or Palm Desert, Palm Springs?
Well, school wasn't really working out. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. It wasn't that I like wasn't good at school. I actually like graduated top 20% in high school and everything, but just wasn't feeling it. Me and my girlfriend actually just sent it. Just came out here, no plan. Just want to get closer to LA too.
Yes.
But California, dude.
That's cool. And what made you pick that area? Is it because Mo is over there? Or?
Yeah, Mo's out here. So at least I had like one friend.
Totally, man. That's crazy. And so now that you do have access to a gym, how many days a week are you guys training?
Mo works a lot at Starbucks.
He does.
He's off on Tuesday and Wednesday, so that's usually when we gym session.
Wow.
Occasionally we'll fit in like nighttime sessions, like when he gets off work and stuff, or like before he goes into.
Okay.
Depends how we're feeling.
And now that you do have access to a gym, do you still train outside at all, or less or more frequently, do you find?
Now that it's not as hot as the summer, we're starting to hit up like the Civic Center and stuff.
Okay.
But Yeah, probably definitely less grass.
Yeah, a little bit. And I saw you recently you guys just stumbled upon an air trick. So I've been seeing some cool videos of you guys throwing down on that.
That thing is awesome.
Heck yeah.
But heavy.
Yeah, dude. People don't realize how heavy they are.
It's like 200 pounds.
Guys, yeah. Dude, the one at Jam, like imagine how much ours weighs, because yours is thin.
It's probably heavier.
It's like 500 pounds probably, yeah. Because yours is, how wide is yours? Like a lane or two?
It's like what? Like 6 feet by 40?
Yeah, so ours is just bigger. Ours is like 30 something by like 30 something. So it's like so wide.
Oh yeah. No wonder you guys don't move it.
Yeah, exactly. We have it out for 3 days and then we put it away. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So wow, well that's cool, man. Hopefully we get to see more training clips of you guys on that thing.
Definitely,
dude.
yeah.
Hell yeah. And so one of the other reasons I wanted to have you on here, besides like all the things you've achieved like physically, is it was really cool when I hit you up and asked you if you were free to do a JAMCast. I was like, hey, man, I don't know what your schedule's like work-wise and life-wise. And you told me, like, nah, dude, I'm cool. Like, this is my living. And I was like, oh, what you mean? You're like, yeah, like social media and flipping, man. So
yeah,
I like to bring people on like you at this age and in our culture and community so you can inspire others. So for those that don't know, right now, what are you doing professionally to live?
Yeah, right now my main source would be Bang Energy. They're helping me pretty much pay my rent and live out here, and it's awesome. Good company, definitely a good start for anyone out there. But just doing random stuff on social media, any company like hits me up.
Totally.
I don't know. I never thought I would ever be doing stuff like this. It's really random, but kind of living the dream. Never thought I would ever be making money with tricking. So
just you doing what you spent so much time training.
Yeah.
Man.
It's
That's
unreal.
Cool, man. And so for Bang Energy, I know sometimes we've seen like videos online. Connor can pull some of that up. And then I see some of these other things you do is like live shows for them, or I've seen you like wearing an outfit.
Yes,
and
so
stuff.
they do like events. Like they were at like SuperCon in Florida or something. And
okay.
They have a stage and they have like dancers and break dancers and like aerialists and like shufflers, and then like I was like their first tricker, and they like have you go out and just perform. Like they all had routines and stuff, so the break dancers were just like incorporating me into theirs.
Nice.
So it was pretty cool.
Just like go do pass of flips here.
Yeah, like and it flips over them when they're doing like a freeze or something.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
And so other than that, you just put out videos sometimes, and yeah, it's really crazy to see, man. It's super awesome, and it's just cool for kids to see that there's a possibility to make a living off of using your body,
Yeah, definitely. And like even without Bang, there's probably like so much footage that people wouldn't see of me because I just wouldn't think about posting it.
But you have to now.
I have to. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And so as far as social media stuff as well, as far as this is concerned, you focusing on like your YouTube right now and brand deals, or what's your focus? Is it just?
I'm just trying to do everything, honestly, as many sources of income as possible.
Hell yeah.
Just doing whatever it takes.
And do you go out and film every single day, or what's like an average week for you like? Do you come up with the plan and then figure it out, or is it on a per project basis?
Just kind of like, hey Mo, what do you want to do today?
Now that you got that cameraman.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. That makes it way easier to do, man. That's super cool.
It's not that planned, but decently.
Yes, 100%, man.
Yeah.
And so I got to ask you, are there any other moves out there on Nick Fry's checklist that he's trying to bang off? And I don't mean to put the bang pun, but yeah, are there any things out there you're chasing? And if you don't want the pressure of putting them out publicly, it's all good too. We've had some guys say I can't say it publicly because it's too much pressure.
No, honestly, I really just want to get a consistent triple cork.
Really? That's what you're
Triple cork
chasing right
is
now?
so hard for me.
I've seen that on your Instagram that you wrote that a couple times. What setup? Any setup?
Yeah.
Wow.
It doesn't like me. I don't know what it is. It doesn't make sense to Mo because he's so good at triple cork, and he's like, you could do it, but he just tells me I'm all in my head.
And so you've landed them, right?
Yeah, I've landed a good amount, but
just not consistent.
So inconsistent. Yeah.
Wow, that's really funny. That it's also cool for people to hear that, like, someone like you's having difficulty with one move as well.
Yeah, like I'll have one session where I'll land 12 in a row, and then the next I can't even fully rotate triple cork.
No way. And do you think it's just like a timing thing, or do you have any idea what's causing it? Obviously, if you knew, you'd fix it, right? But like,
I think it's definitely just me in my head. I do have problems with my calf a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm definitely scared for my ankle. That might take a lot of into it, but
yeah.
one day.
One day.
One day it'll be easy, hopefully.
Heck yeah, man. That's super cool, man. And then the other thing I got to ask you is, like we kind of talked about at the very beginning of this interview, in the last month, we've seen an explosion of people doing standing double backflip, right? Unreal amounts of people that I think like 3 came out since, right? Or
so it's like Tanner was after me, right?
Yeah, Tanner Witt.
It was Tanner, and then
I don't know the order.
I don't know the order.
want to be wrong.
I just know it was like Tanner, that young
blue,
blah blah
right?
blue,
yeah, blah blah blue,
and then
blue,
ya. Was there someone else?
There was someone else too. I think there was one other kid, like a young kid, another young kid that did it too.
This is ridiculous, though. Oh, the one guy, he did it from standing.
True standing.
Yeah, true standing. He was like some Russian guy or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Starts with an N.
Is it Nico?
Nico or something like that.
Is it Nico Verschinen? It could be that. I think it's that. Yeah. But I know who you're talking about on the red floor.
That was random.
He did true standing. Mm-hmm. That was crazy. And so I was going to ask you about that. Has any one of theirs impressed you more than the other one? Or anyone's technique? Have you been like, wow, that was the cleanest one I've seen?
Yeah, because he's just... Do we even have to say anything about it? Do you see that, man?
I was just
he essentially comboed it. Are you kidding me?
He did combo it many times, actually.
Many times.
Yeah. For those that don't know who we're talking about, Yaya, we actually sponsor from Jam. Yaya Silla,
awesome.
842, and he's out in the Ivory Coast, just throwing down bangers. And people don't know, he doesn't have his own camera.
Oh,
so
really?
that's why he tags his friend in all the videos, because that's his only friend that has a camera. So we're currently in the process of trying to get him a phone.
That's crazy.
So imagine how many things he could have done or may have done that aren't on camera, because he doesn't even have a camera. He literally has to wait for his friend to come film him and then upload it off his phone.
Wow, that's insane.
And what that also brings me to a point of is like, how many people around the world are there besides Yaya, like, that we don't even know about? You know?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes when I see guys like farce tricking, I'm like, wow, look at these conditions, man.
I forgot about that guy.
You know?
He got real good out of nowhere.
Real good out of nowhere, man. So.
Wow, I did not know Yaya didn't have a camera.
Doesn't have a camera or a phone, bro.
He definitely is just training and landing everything. And it's like, oh, here's my friend, let's film. Let me do it again.
And they're clean landings, man. Absolutely insane.
It's a one strong boy.
Yeah, super, super strong.
How old is he?
That's a good question. I don't know his actual age. That is the next thing we'll find out. Yeah, I don't know his official government age. We should find that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder if it's documented, you know? Like,
does he even know?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'll have to ask him, dude. And so outside of Yaya, I guess, this is one thing that I always try to talk to or ask guys that are in a position like yourself, which is so many people look up to you in this community. Obviously, like your followers and people in the community. Is there anyone that you look up to and watch on a consistent basis or get sources of inspiration from at all?
Honestly, those young Japanese kids, huge inspiration. Like Shosei Zen, I feel like is like people don't know enough about him. Like he's so good. He's doing insane stuff.
Thank you, Doug. Don't sleep on Zen Kajihara.
Don't sleep on him. Like he's doing stuff that Shosei isn't doing.
Exactly.
And like of course Mike, always Mike.
Yeah,
he's a goat.
It's just crazy because, like you said, Zen kind of gets overshadowed from Shosei, but there's something going on in Japan right now because they're crazy. Taka's crazy. Reggie, you know, like the Takahashi brothers are crazy. Mm-hmm. And then they got these little young ones on the come up too. Fuju Hanjo is going crazy. And, I don't know.
Yeah, all the Japanese give me lots of inspiration, not even going to lie.
Have you had a chance to train with any of them before in person?
I met Shosei, Zen, and Taka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you session with them or? What is that? Or did you just watch them like I did?
I watched.
Because me too. The first time I saw them in person, I just sat on the side and just watched the whole time.
I think I was tricking when Shosei wasn't. I did like blaster scoot triple full. I tried it a couple times. It was at Neo.
Okay.
And then he's like sitting there like drinking a Red Bull, and like he gets up to his blaster scoot dub, sits down, gets up 2 minutes later and just one shot blaster scoot triple full.
You're like, oh, that's sweet.
I think I like fell on triple B twist like 2 times, and then he did it.
And you just did it first time. Yeah.
And then
Wow.
he did this like one combo that to like B twist triple cork.
Yeah.
And I went to rush him and hug him, but I accidentally like stepped on him. But I didn't want to hurt him, so I took all of my weight off of my foot and rolled my ankle.
Your own ankle.
to save him.
To save him, yeah.
Definitely worth it.
Funny. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's super crazy, man.
But
Well,
all 3 of them are insane.
it's good to know that there's still some people out there that you seek to watch as well.
Yeah.
Cool. And then one of the last things I gotta ask you, man, is like training regimen. We talked about number of days you train, but like I guess one of the things you're really known for is like this ability to flip high and twitch really fast.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you've done in order to help increase this? Do you think you're naturally born with this?
I honestly don't know. I mean, like, I always just loved standing tricks.
Okay.
They've always come easier to me than, like, watching other people. Like, I honestly don't know if I could have been born with it or if there was something, like, early on in my training that I was doing.
Okay.
But, like, if it was early on, it was definitely just training all the time and doing it because you love it. That reason only. Not because you want to be better than your friend or, like, because it looks cool, but just because it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's crazy. And that is something that I guess I have noticed. I always remembered you being the guy to do like standing full double leg, standing full snapu. You've always been just chasing these standing tricks.
Yeah.
But you don't do any extra exercises, plyometrics, weightlifting.
No,
Wow.
I would do like the workouts when I was in diving. I'll go through spurts of doing push-ups.
Yes, I know what you mean. I think we all do as guys. Go through a little spurt where you're like, oh, I'm going to get in shape for a little bit. Yeah, all right.
That's really about it.
Wow, that's really crazy.
I do want to get to the gym though, like definitely.
Okay, and then do you do anything for maintenance in order to maintain your body? You kind of mentioned that you know the importance of warming up these days a lot more than usual.
Yes, I started running laps. That's a good warm-up, but post-session, shout out to Hypervolt.
Yay.
They send me and Mo a Hypervolt, and we just take turns on each other, and that helps our muscles.
No way.
Yeah.
Hell yes, dude. So maintenance is key, even for someone like you, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to think what we did back in the day when we didn't know about all this stuff. And
Dude, I remember how sore I was all the time. All the time.
Totally. And along the lines of that, and the reason why I'm asking you all these questions is I feel like I'm asking for the fans of yours. Do you eat anything different? Do you eat bad? Do you eat good? And the reason I'm asking is because I feel like everyone's going to want to know, like, is there a secret that Nick does so that I can implement it? But I kind of want them to also see, like, you're just a normal guy who just trained really hard.
Yeah, I just love to trick, honestly. Me and my girl, we try to cook for ourselves, but you know how it is. It's easier to get tacos.
Yes. Yes, dude.
So it's like half healthy, half not healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. No, it's cool, man. Like I said, the reason why I wanted to put this out there is because, you know, I feel like a lot of people, when they see someone like you land crazy moves, they either think, A, oh, this kid's like spoiled, he trains at a gym every single day, which we've already discredited and proved wrong. Or B, they think like, oh, wow, like, you know, he does this crazy regimen that I need to implement into my life. And sometimes it's just getting down to like good old fashioned just repetition and training.
Yeah, once I realized that NTBS tricking weren't like athletes, like I literally when I was 12 watching them, I was like, oh my god, these guys are so good, these are athletes, oh I want to be just like them. Once I realized that they just love to trick is when I got so much better. And stopped being like, oh, they're the best, they're athletes, they're this, that. It's just like, no, they just love what they do and they're having fun.
100%, dude. That's definitely probably the best way to train, and that's where you avoid injuries and avoid ego when you're doing it for yourself.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, man. And so really quickly now, what's going on with Invert, and what is Invert so people out there can go take a look and check it out, you know?
All right, yeah, so Invert is me and Mosana's little clothing line. We got my brother actually helping. He's like designing everything and taking care of all that. We're just pretty much the promoters. And then we're doing YouTube videos because, like, you know, who isn't doing YouTube videos? Yeah. Like, why not? It's pretty fun. If nothing happens from it, whatever, just having fun. YouTube channel is Inverted, just like our website. Should I give out my everything at this point?
Oh yeah, no, we'll talk. We'll shout out your socials, and then I just wanted to make sure people knew like that was your clothing and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're just trying something out.
Hell yeah, dude.
We started this in like April.
Okay, so it's relatively new.
Yeah.
And what do you guys have right now as far as stuff? Crew necks, t-shirts?
Yeah, crew necks, t-shirts, tank tops.
Heck
Trying
yes.
to get like shorts and stuff.
Dope. And are you guys going to be selling stuff at the gathering?
We are. We'll be selling some stuff at Jam Gathering.
Hell yes. And with that being said, Nick is also going to be one of our special guests, along with Mo, who we've been shouting out as his cameraman. So if you guys want a chance to train with Nick Fry, come on out November 22nd and 23rd.
Absolutely.
Super hype, dude. I can't wait. And along the lines of that, the little Japanese kids will be there too.
And Johan, right?
Yeah, Johan.
I've
will be
not met Johan.
Oh, so Johan's coming, Taka's coming, so yeah, Guthrie's coming. It's gonna be an insane weekend, dude. Yeah, super cool, dude.
Yeah, and are the OGs still going? Because I haven't met any of them.
Yeah, so right now Dana Graham is still coming. He's in town. Anise and Jeremy are on movies, but they're planning on trying to come back for the Saturday.
Sweet.
Friday if they can get off the work. But Steve Terrada's still coming. Matt Emmy's still coming. Yeah, dude. So
Wow. Yeah, I've only met
still
like
good.
Steve out of all of them.
Wow,
Yeah.
no way. Yeah, there's going to be some OGs of OGs. And I know we're going to do a very special tribute to Hans Wickling on Saturday.
Dope.
So you'll probably see a lot of OGs come out of the woodworks for that.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
super cool, man. So one of the things that I like to end on and kind of just get a perspective from you before we get out of here is where do you see yourself in 5 years from now, or where do you see tricking 5 years from now? And then where do you see yourself like 10 years from now and tricking 10 years from now? And if it's easier just to talk about the sport and not your own personal path, that's cool too.
Yeah, honestly, I have no idea where I see myself. That's hard to put it. I'm just trying to figure things out right now.
Day by day.
But tricking's tough. Like honestly, with like making it like a real sport to get people to watch with battles is tough. Because like if you don't trick, you don't know what you're watching.
It's hard to have a reference, yeah.
So like in my opinion, I think a different form of battles like add-on. Are you familiar with how you play add-on?
Of course, totally.
So like if you don't know what add-on is, like one person does a trick and the next person adds another trick and you keep going. And I was thinking like maybe like different like tiers or brackets or whatever of add-on where there's like limitations. You can only do certain tricks in ones, or like
Totally.
only certain skill levels in this one. I feel like that'd make it easier to understand for non-trickers because they'll be like, oh, like that person added one more and that person couldn't, so he's obviously better. He wins.
Totally.
But yeah, I don't know where tricking's gonna go. Tricking's definitely great for movies and commercials and stunts, but getting people to watch stuff. Not gonna lie.
It really is. And it's just such a difficult thing for people to grasp. They don't understand the level of difficulty sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of frustrating sometimes, but yeah, it also just speaks credit to like what we do as being so difficult. The human eye just can't decipher it,
For real.
So yeah, hopefully things will continue to grow with people like you and putting it out on a platform and stuff, man.
Hopefully.
Hell yeah, dude. So yeah, man. Well, real quick, I know you got a crazy amount of traffic and drive to deal with, dude. So I really appreciate you coming down here, and more importantly, thanks for sharing your insight and opening up to all these kids around the world that I'm sure follow you, man.
Dude, thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Hell yeah, dude. And we'll definitely not make this the last time. We'll have to
sure.
bring you back again. Who knows what you'll land in the future, or what we'll talk about on the next one, dude. But as always, man, thanks for coming through. I appreciate it.
Dude, this is awesome. Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude. So real quick before we get out of here, swing that mic in front of you, look into that camera, and tell people where they can follow you as well as Invert.
All right. So my Instagram is @NickFryTricking. Me and Mo have an Instagram for our inverted clothing line. It's inverted. YouTube is inverted. Is there anything else? I'm on TikTok now @NickFry.
Ah, you are on TikTok. I saw one of your videos went viral, yeah.
Yeah, actually, me and Mo made a video yesterday that wasn't tricking, and it went viral. It hit 1 million views this morning. It's so random.
So head over to the TikTok.
Yes.
Hell yes.
But yeah, that's my social media.
Dope, brother. And as always, guys, please be sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe for brand new episodes each and every week. Join us every Monday for brand new jam breakdowns and every Friday for brand new JAMCast interviewing influential members of the movement community like Mr. Nick Fry himself. So as always, guys, I got to give a very special shout out to Mr. Connor Simon for running the cameras in the Switcher app. I got to give a very special shout out to our special guest this week, Mr. Nick Fry. And as always, guys, coming through, I'm your host, Travis Wong. Thanks for joining us here on another JAMCast. Until next time, we'll see you all soon. Peace.